Greetings everyone and welcome back to Hearthlands, where in the last episode we were setting up the beginnings of getting our second district up to level 5 housing, which is our current mission. We already have 29 out of the 48 houses that we need to be level 5. Now, one thing I am going to do before we get to that is we need a couple of defenses. Primarily we need them around the areas where we have a tax office, because it is the tax office that get robbed. So let's actually have a look at that. Now, we don't yet have any stone. At least I don't believe we have any stone. No, we do not. How far away are we from being able to research that? We're actually not that far away from being able to research mining, which would allow us to just gather stone from the ground. We could, of course, always send out a miner or two down here and gather some stone down there, but it would take a long time to get anything back. May still be worth doing, though. The alternative is a wooden guard tower, which would do much the same. It would be able to fire on enemies. It would only take 12 logs. How many logs do we have? We have more than enough. That shouldn't be a problem then. So we can go ahead and pop these down if we so choose. And I think I do so choose. Let's see. We can... I'm trying to think of a good place to pop this down. I'm thinking that it might be nice to have a guard post somewhere over here. So let's go ahead and place down a wooden guard post right about there. And then we'll build out 2 guard towers on either side just to deal with any potential shenanigans. It doesn't need to be particularly well fortified. Like, we don't need to go all the way around. We just want to try and catch anyone who's trying to escape from this direction. We might actually go ahead and place a guard post down here as well for that reason. So let's rotate that and pop. There we go. Now, these are taking quite a lot of unfortunately, quite a lot of our resources to build. We'll build this there. But this isn't here really to defend against any kind of army or anything like that, though later on you are going to be wanting to keep that sort of thing in mind. Right now, all we're doing is we're building these to thwart... Oops, did I put that in one place? No. Yes, I did. To thwart the attempts of any thieves who might want to steal our very hard-earned gold. There we are. And with that, we're more or less complete. Oh, can I not? Oh, I've run out of wood, apparently. That's worse. That's the logs down there. Oh, my lord. I've been looking at the worst. Wooden worst. My goodness. So, yeah, if we wanted to, we could build this in the corner there as well. And I do kind of want to do that. How much wood does it take? It takes 12 logs to achieve that. Let's just build that up there, and eventually we'll pop down a final guard tower right in that corner, and that'll take care of any thieves, because the thieves will typically try to get off the map in the same place that everything else gets on the map, so they'll walk up in this direction and then be thwarted right about there. Now, we do need to make sure that our traders do not exit this location, so let's be certain that we can actually place this down, so we can still put these in the gatehouses, which is actually really quite convenient. There we go. Okay, so we've got to wait for a little bit more logs to be delivered. Now, with that done, we're at low tax level currently, which means we've got an awful lot of room to expand. We do almost have, yes, we actually have enough to research the first level of mining. Now, with that, we can finally build the quarry. Now, the way the quarry works is we place it down anywhere we want. It takes 12 logs in order to build one, and then produces stone. It produces 12 loads per year, which is half as much as a masonry lodge would produce, which is 24. So bear that in mind. Now, with that done, we can find a location to place this. Now, where exactly would we like to place it is the question. It's a fairly large structure, as you can see. Yeah, sure, we can have a couple of these up here. I see no particular reason not to. So pop one right there and draw this road out and then across, I think. Something along those lines. And we'll have a couple of them up here. we are going to want just to store this stone. So all I want, pure, just get stone. Don't get anything else in that location, because we're eventually going to have a lot of these. Because we're going to be building a lot of things, including stone guard towers, which is going to become quite an important thing for us. In fact, we can speed up time a little bit. Now, how are we doing with medicine, food, furniture? We're doing fine down there. Doing more than fine over here. We've got plenty of food. Lots of food in the storage bins down here. We've even got lots of meat in the storage bins. So, honestly, I'm thinking we are genuinely at a stage where we can consider starting to expand out. Now, it costs a reasonable amount of stone to build the canals. It costs quite a lot of stone to build the fountains. So we're going to have to spend a little bit of time gathering up stone, but also building more and more stone quarries. So I'm going to drop a cut here, and I will bring you back when we have got all of our materials ready to continue our expansion. Well, okay, I just got attacked by a burglar, I believe, and then they were immediately slain. That is fantastic, but I don't know where they dropped their gold. That is unfortunate. It'll be somewhere around here, because I got the little ding about a burglar having been found, and then the message immediately went away. Aha, I found you! Over there. Right, okay, the burglar was entering the area and heading for one of my tax offices, and immediately got killed by the tower. That happened so fast. But as you can see, we are producing a healthy amount of stone at this point, so it is finally time for us to upgrade. So, pop, there we go. There's one gigantic, wonderful fountain right about there. Now, we are going to need a little bit of iron for this, but since I know exactly where things are going to go, I can go ahead and build this out anyway. So there we go. That goes up along there, and this comes down here, something like this. We will eventually get a lovely bridge section to go over there. Now, the other locations can have different sorts of things in them. We can, for example, we can have a fountain, or even just a statue over here. I'm thinking we won't have a road going through here. I like the idea of having a hedge following along the canal on that side. Over here, though, we can definitely have something. Maybe a little tree right there, and some cobbles as well. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Got these two areas down here that need just a little bit of something, and that might be all they need. There we go. We should be hitting our next mark, and look how fast all of that stone went. We are down to very low taxes as a result of building all of these, because they each require 16 staff. It's quite a lot, honestly. I'm not sure that the the lodge needs nearly as many people. I'm fairly certain they don't, actually. Right, next, let's see. How are we doing on the whole in terms of trading? We're doing pretty good so far. At the moment, everything seems to be going well. I could continue to build this out, but I would kind of like to switch to using stone if I get the opportunity to. And all we're waiting on now is for these to upgrade as well. Actually, let's go ahead and just check on our trade routes. It's been a little while since we've looked at it. We don't need to buy anything. We need nothing from our neighbours. I'm not going to sell mead, I don't think. We might, however, sell furniture, keeping 16 in reserve at all times. It's really good to be able to sell the leather and the feathers. That's actually a big thing. Right, every culture has a special unit. They are more powerful than standard ones, but drain your treasury very quickly. Use trade to keep yourself afloat, to keep you afloat, as the tutorial says. Now, we need 2 squads of axemen and 2 squads of berserkers. That's actually a lot. 2 squads of berserkers is going to be incredibly expensive. That is not something that I am strictly looking forward to. Now, to get the axemen, we are going to need iron axes and chainmail. Now, we get to the point where we are going to need to start hitting the various sources of iron around the map, of which there's really only one. And they're all next to some scallywags, which is, again, not ideal even in the slightest way. Oops, that is super bad. I'm very glad to have noted that a couple of people in the comments said, yeah, I'm exactly the same. If I draw the road wrong, I need to redo it. I'm glad that I'm not the only one that does this. Though I do feel that sometimes I take it to an extreme where I will well, not happily. It's never a happy thing, but it's something that I don't even really consider. It's just a necessity, and I accept it. In the same way that I accept that I need to breathe, I need to delete a famously expensive building because I put it in the wrong place. You need leather. We have 0. Well, that's easy for me to do. Let me just shut down my leather trading. There we go. Right, I would like down here. How many? We've got 54 people. That is very good. We've got a lot of people that we can get down here. I'm gonna pop this about there. I think we'll set this up to only accept coal. Strictly the only thing that we want. And then we'll pop down a coal digger's lodge, or 2, in fact. There we go. That'll deal with that. I could build up another industry down here, taking care of even getting some turkey meat and feathers, or gathering wood. Frankly, though, I don't think we need to. We've got an awful lot of these resources. An awful lot. So I'm going to say that that is not necessary. What might be necessary is another storage area. Yeah, I would say another storage area is necessary. So these are going to have to go, and we're going to place down a new storage area right here. And I'm just going to make sure it's got the same thing: leather and feathers and meat. So there we go: meat, leather, and feathers, and all of these to 12. It would be really handy if there was a way to cut and paste this sort of stuff, so I can copy the settings from one place to another. That would actually be pretty useful. Feathers we're trading -2, that's fine. Leather is slowly stocking up. I would very much like more leather, frankly. I'll be honest with you. Oh, there's another ball that's just gone down. Good. We'll get more leather stored over there. My lady, we only have 4 months left to fulfill the request for 8 loads of leather. Well, we're on the way. Shush. It'll be fine. Now, that covers our coal needs. We do need iron, though. And the iron is probably going to come from over there. Now, I do need to go around and just double check that we are still meeting the overall requirements of our upgraded areas. And we are, so that's fine. Okay, well, there's a nice little area of boars down here as well. So let's draw this out. I think about there should... house! Scallywags! Yes, dispatch. There we go. You are more than welcome. They have been asking for money and various other things while I was spending some time gathering up all of our stone. We've actually got enough stone there now. But we're going to go back to trading away our leather for the time being. There we go. I don't care too much about gathering the leather and feathers there. That's not a massive thing for me. That book is quite important, though. However, I do think getting more leather from the boars is something we need to do. So, let's start by setting up a little trading post. Sorry, not trading post. A little area for gathering up the leather and the meat. And we'll bring both of these to 16. There we go. That's all they should be storing. Now, do I want them to transfer it all the way over here? I could happily do that, and we would have even more worst, but frankly, we don't actually need it, and we do trade the meat away, so... yeah, I think we'll allow that to continue. Though, that being said, if we did build up another area, ooh, yeah, if we had more worst being produced, then that might result in us being able to trade worst directly, which would be very, very useful. Now this one, all I want from you is to accept iron ore, and you should accept that in very large quantities. Now, I'm a little bit concerned about this area because of the proximity to the trolls, so we are probably going to build up a little bit of defense here. But first, let's go ahead and build 2 iron miners outposts. Oh, actually, no. I just noticed where the build restriction on structures is right there. It's actually way too close, if you ask me. Let's get you 2 there. You're going to have a bit of a walk, but hopefully it'll be okay. With that done, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build a couple of defensive structures. These are going to cost a lot. Now there's a worker shortage. Drat. Okay, well, time for us to build some more then. Now, we do have, you know, we're doing okay for the amount of work, the amount of housing that we've got. We probably do need to research, let's have a look, logistics. No, distribution. That one would be a good one for us to go for. 540, and this would allow us for our peddlers to hold a lot more. Logistics would be a good one as well, but that costs an awful lot to get to. So we're going to be waiting on that one for now. There we go. Now our peddlers are going to be able to carry a lot more stuff, so there's going to be less of a stockpile in these areas behind them. But as long as we can still meet the demand, then that's fine. Let's see. Next up, oh, actually, over here I've just noticed we want to place down a little bench and then flank with 2 flower pots as well. There we go, beautiful. Alright, well, we can build up a couple of houses along here if we want to. We can also build up even more down here, which is probably the better place to put them, frankly. Let's see how far apart they would be. We could have one, let's actually remove that. We could have one there, one there. Yes, there would be a road between, but there would be no particular beautification structures, which is bad. We may be able to get around that, though, by doing something like this instead. There we go. So that'll be another 4 houses. I have a road running the length here. And on these inner areas, we'll put down some trees. There we go. And then some greenery as well. And on the outside, some flowers. There we are. Now that should help keep that area pretty nice. I can always put down something even more attractive later on. So that gives us an extra 4 houses that will be being taken care of by this peddler. So that leaves us on this side some room for expansion as well. Now, over here we are placing down typically some nicer houses that have canals as their primary source of beautification. Not easy for me to continue doing that, though. So I may have to just go with the regular type of housing over here. And yeah, sure, we can bring it all the way out and have 6 on this side, I think, without too much trouble for us. Though that does mean that on this side they're not going to have a road. Ooh, I hadn't considered that. That is something I had not properly thought about. Okay, let's redress this. We can do much the same as we're doing on the other side and just have the houses like so. This is an option. Not a particularly nice one, though. Let's go ahead and build that up. We can have 1 or 2 on this side as well. Maybe these are a little bit more important housing. And as such, the people who live here have slightly more exclusive neighborhoods. Let's pop these down there. Oh, that actually gives me a lot of room to place something very nice in the middle there. Let's allow time to pass. We could even have 2. Wow, no, that's decadence that I really don't want to encourage in this kingdom. That would lead to problems, I think, as people get used to that kind of treatment. No. We will, however, have a nice little avenue down here. And a bench right there with a plant pot behind it. There we go. So that house is going to be particularly happy, I am certain. We also need to move back the break point there. Otherwise, our peddlers might just wander off and do something I don't want them to do. Now, in here, I'm genuinely not certain how we're going to break this part up. We could go with the whole trees, which would work to a degree, especially if we then have something going through here. There we are. In fact, yeah, we'll have a little courtyard in here. I think that'll actually be quite nice. Pop some benches on that side. Now, it's a shame that so many things are 3 wide, because that does make things a little bit more tricksy for me to place down. And we'll have some plant pots then. There we go. I think that looks nice. Okay, so that's given these areas some pretty fancy fancy lodgings. Now, how are we doing for food? We should be doing a lot better, and the peddlers can carry an awful lot more on each trip, so it should be getting a little bit better, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. Oh dear. Go to. Was it? Where was it? Right here somewhere? No, down there. Drat. That is very unfortunate. I don't know if our apothecary can manage that now. What we can do is we can place down a new apothecary right down here if we would like. And I think that's probably a good idea. Place that there. We'll get rid of you. And we'll place an apothecary. We could even place a peddler, but I really would rather not place another peddler if we don't have to. But a plague is something I worry about. And I'm not sure that the apothecary gets affected by our research. Let's just have a look at that. Increase the peddlers, tents, no, and apothecaries. So I am going to leave that then. We'll hope that that just doesn't mess with our people too terribly badly. But that has given us a little bit more of a workforce, which is always good to see. And with that, we can afford to expand out our walls. So I'm going to place the walls on the outside here. Let's just make sure. Yeah, I knew it. You sneaky little ball. Trying to undermine my defenses. There we go. No, you have to go around. We'll place a gatehouse right there, I think. Oh, we're going to have a road going through it. There we go. There we go. That'll be your way out. Now, this would take a lot of our workers to place another one. But I think it's probably worth doing. So we'll have another one there. And we'll probably just make this a little mining outpost down here, and it'll all be fine. Right. Alternatively, we could just buy, I imagine, the materials we need, but I'm not in a great rush to do that. I'm going to allow to trade if we've got 32 or more. How's our mead stocks? Mead stocks are going down sharply. And our furniture is not actually holding up nearly as well as I had hoped. Oh, that being said, no, that's not true. They're just not moving it down here that fast at the moment. Okay. Well, at the very least, we have got coal and iron starting to be produced, which is good to see. I do need a couple more hunting lodges over here, so let's pop down one and then, in fact, two. And we should try. We've got 7 unemployed and we're on very low tax. That's the lowest we can be with the taxes. Though I do notice that, unfortunately, we are actually close enough to feathers that we may as well start gathering those as well. Okay, so I'm going to pass a little bit more time, and I may even consider dropping another district down here just so that we can gather a little bit more taxes a little faster, and when you return, we'll be ready to start recruiting some soldiers, I think. Okay, there we go. I think we are good to go. I've made a new district. I've also given it some defenses, and it's starting to bring in some much needed research and tax money. I've also increased the amount of worsted that we're producing, though perhaps decreasing our trade of logs would be a good idea there to make sure that there's plenty for our smokehouses to have. We could probably improve our furniture supply, honestly, but medicine we have got ridiculous amounts of. We don't need to worry about that. And the same for any kind of animal product. We are also fully stocked on coal and indeed iron. I have had to go to the effort of expanding out a little bit down here. We've still got the multiple, more peddlers down here than I would really like, but perhaps a little bit of research will help us with that. Now, I can get some more workers, or I can get some faster haulers. I'm thinking haulers, actually. If we go for the haulers, then we're going to have a bit better logistics capacity as a whole. We've also expanded out our production of mead, though honestly we're still only just on that. We're only just managing with our demands for mead, so that's something we may need to look into in the future. But it is high time that we actually begin our production of arms and armor. Now for this, I'm not entirely sure where the best place to put that would be. I guess we could have it all the way up here, especially now we've got logistics, but it is going to be pulling a lot of material from quite far away. This seems like the most obvious location, honestly. So yeah, let's go ahead and set this up down here. So we're going to want a central supply of iron and coal. So let's go ahead and do that. We want both iron and coal. And we'll go for 16 of each. Let's get that on the go. Next up, we are going to want a smeltery. Now, the smelteries, let's go ahead and place 2 of these down straight away. I think that would be a good idea. And then we'll have a little road running there. And finally, we'll have a stockpile of iron. Now, this is the only thing that should be being gathered here, and that is iron. Next up, we're going to need to start looking into producing the arms and armor. Now, this is a little bit more complex. Ultimately, we don't want to mess with our income too much, but honestly, with 3 districts of nearly fully upgraded housing, in fact, we're going to put down some more down here as well. I did leave a little bit of room just for that purpose. They're still struggling a little bit. So I don't want to go too much further than that. How much workers we got? Well, we're doing okay. I can't wait until we can upgrade our diligence, which is actually not very far away. Right, so back to combat. This is going to start being costly, and that's the unfortunate side of it. We will want, well, I mean, we're bringing down planks we're going to need. You want some leather. Sure, we can trade you leather. In fact, we should stop trading leather and feathers at this point. That's, in fact, we'll stop trading furniture too. That's going to become nasty, actually, over time. We're currently not doing much in the way of trade. We're trading off stones, which is fine. Yeah, I'm going to keep trading that, actually. We'll continue trading 1 load of logs. We'll continue trading a little bit of our meat away. With that said, let's trade away worst as well if we can. We'll trade away a little bit of leather and a little bit of feathers. Once we've got the research, we can start just trading iron happily for as long as we want. So we're going to need the leather. Well, actually, we're going to need it all. So I guess we're going to need to tell you to get 12 iron. Well, this is the problem. No, I'm going to allow you to accept all the iron you want, but we will create a new stockpile again. This time that is requesting planks, leather, and feathers. There we go. And that should ensure that we have all of the base materials that we need. Now, as soon as we have the means to get diligence, we should be in a much, much better position in terms of our workforce. It shouldn't take us too long to achieve either. There we go, they're on the way, slowly starting to build up. And here comes a load of the law. Oh, that's fantastic. I approve enormously. What can we trade? Oh, you would like... sorry, yes, there we are. Send off the leather. There you go. That is fine. Now then, that should all be being brought down here, which is grand. And finally, we can get diligence. Bomp. There we go. Now that has brought us up to low tax level, which is very nice. We do ultimately want to get our tax level actually quite high. If we're going to support the sort of warriors that we need, we're going to need a very, very healthy tax income. Let's pop down that one and this one as well. There we go. And they'll only produce when it's necessary, which is the main thing to remember there. We don't need to worry too much about that. However, on this side, I'd like to continue our protection. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we would have another guardhouse right there, and then walls leading down. There we go. Let's rotate that. Pump. There we go. I'm actually fairly happy to completely enclose this area, because it's most likely that we're going to be attacked from this direction, I would say. We'll see. We'll see. Down here, I'm quite worried about over there. So we really do need to get our warriors together at this point. So, okay, we need 2 spearman groups. And we can develop them down here. I suppose there's no particular reason not to. Yeah, sure. So 2 spearmans. Let's get you 2 together. We'll start building this out along here. There we go. So that'll be our first 2 squads. I would actually like to go for 2 archer squads as well, so that we've got plenty of ranged combat capabilities. I know that's not what we've been asked for, but there's no harm in going that extra mile. Now, to make the berserkers, oh, so expensive. They need axes, they need mead, and they need a lot of money. A normal military unit costs 50, 60, 40. They cost 160 per month. That's an awful lot. An awful lot of money. My goodness. It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough, but I'm going to let some time pass until we've got all of these units together. And then we are probably going to start wiping out the trolls around these areas so I can get rid of these, because they're kind of just absorbing our workforce. And they're only protecting us against one thing in this case, but we've actually got a lot of people working over here. We've got 32 people working there, protecting against something, which might or might not happen. So if we can remove that threat, then that'll be a good thing. But I shall see you soon. Oh no! A troll has been spotted near the city! Drat! Oh, that's actually miles away. Okay, that's not too much of a problem. But we are having a massive shortage of furniture, and huge swaths of our city have downgraded, which is actually remarkably bad. Though, that being said, we're only shy of 75 workers, which is frankly quite impressive. Right, as you can see, we've got fairly large amounts of units at this point, so let's go ahead and get them out there, ready to attack. And let's hope that we have got enough people close together that we can actually take them out. Now, I've moved around my my guards barracks to better spread out where we're actually going to have our fighters located. Just a couple of places, so they'll automatically attack within a radius. So if any criminals or anything moves near their barracks, they'll automatically rally and head out there to try and kill them, which is very, very useful. Let's get all of you guys down here, and you can back up our spearmen. There we go. Let's make this nice and quick. There we are. Oh, are you not going to join in? Come on. There we go. Ah, we just lost someone because you were too lazy. Scallywags that you are. There we go. And let's get down there and take this out as well. There we go. All of you together. Thank you. Perfect. Right, we are starting to gather some axemen now as well. In fact, this one, I'm thinking I may actually move that axeman building over here, and we'll have that one around all of the woodcutters, because you know they must be pretty proficient with their axes. You wouldn't use a battle axe to chop down a tree, but you know they've got the strength and the stamina to swing their axe all day. So we'll get them over there, and when they're not training, they can help out the lumberjacks. Sure, you can have that. That's not a problem at all. This should not be long for this map. There's a lot of stuff down here that we could then go and gather. Thank you. I'm going to throw it away because I don't need it, but it was very nice of you to think to offer it to me anyway. And you can go down there. You guys can head home, as can you. And indeed, so can you. There we go. Now, we did lose someone for that, which is a bit of a shame, but oh well. We've got a growing worker shortage at this point, which is a little bit of a concern, I'll be honest. We could, however, well, we're getting close now to being able to research diligence again, which would increase our workers significantly. But for the time being, we are slowed down quite a lot, because every time, whenever we're low on workforce, it slows down the production of pretty much everything else. So it's going to take us longer to get to the point where we can stop worrying about that, actually. Right, you know what though? Let's send out all of our archers, our axemen, and this group of spearmen. And we're going to take on this troll over here. Now you may be wondering why I'm going to the effort of making such a large group of warriors, considering the game doesn't really ask me to. Well, there is going to be a reason coming up in the not too distant future where we're really going to want that. A troll has been born. Hooray! Good, let's kill him. And then we can remove these. I'd super like it if you'd go for the troll instead, frankly. Oh well. I guess that was too much to hope for. Either way, though, we can now go ahead and remove these, which will return those workers to the workforce, which should now only be... There we go! Fantastic! We are now actually starting to see our workforce increase again. I'm very, very happy about that. How are we doing in terms of our stockpile of goods? Generally not too bad. Oh, thank you very much. Hold on. Well, in that case, I'm going to allow this to accept anything that I don't produce myself. No, don't bring over the honey. That really should be reserved for... actually, eggs. Oh no, that's cotton. That's always I always get that confused with eggs for some reason. Let's go ahead and do this. We don't want the honey being brought over here. We just want to have a place where we can store anything that normally wouldn't be supplied by this colony. There we are, so that I don't have to worry about holding on to anything and then building new storage locations. There we go, perfect. Right, we've got no Axeman squads. Yeah, no full Axeman squads yet. Anyway, let's get everyone to go home. There we are. Thank you very much. There we go. Perfect. Actually, no, we have got one full Axeman squad. I tell a lie. Ooh, wait. No. You're gonna need to go back out because there is a big old bag of treasure over there that the troll dropped. Thank you. Now you can go home. There we are. So, at the moment, it's just making sure that we've got the economy to carry ourselves right now. Over here, we have not got any chainmail yet, which is a bit of a shame. What are we producing? Yeah, we're producing both leather and chainmail. It's going to be spread between the spears and the axemen, the axemen barracks over there. Now, once we've got all of that, we will start training the berserkers. It will be fairly important that we train them last. Again, they use a lot of money. Were there any more? There's one there and one over there. You know what? Sure, let's get rid of you right now, shall we? There we are. Let's get everyone together. We should be able to just wipe these guys out. We'll send the axeman in first, and everyone else should just join the fight as soon as a troll is there. There we go. Perfect. And everyone will focus the troll. It is a little bit of a shame that they just derp around so much and that I have no real control over my units, because I would like to manage them quite actively and pull the most wounded away from the fight and then send in anyone and have them be replaced by someone who's at full health, but oh well. You can't do it in Majesty, and this game is heavily influenced by Majesty, so that's why. Right, let's get this and head down here as well and wipe out these guys. Again, we've got so many people at this point that we should have no trouble wiping out any kind of enemies down here. Let's go and grab that treasure there, though. Oh, there we go. We've got enough for diligence. Let's research that. And that should have actually put us at... Oh, actually, yeah, we've gone up a tax level. Fantastic. Not quite as high as I'd have hoped, but... We'll go and check if we actually need... there we go, let's get you a little bit closer. There we are, everyone get involved in that fight. Let's go and make sure all of the houses are properly set up at this point. How many? This house cannot evolve until it gets more people. Population is 24. Okay, well, no, that's fine. We either need another district or even more diligence research, which frankly would take us a long time. It now needs 8,100 to get to the highest level of diligence. That's not going to happen, I don't think. We can, however, increase the amount of taxes that we generate, which would be something to look into. Because right now, I don't think we're really bringing in that much. In terms of requests, there are no requests, which is always very good. There's a bunch of magic there, and in fact a sword. Fantastic. Right, everyone needs to go home. Absolutely everyone. Get back to your regular barracks. There we go, perfect. And there we have it. Okay, now, was there any... Were there any burglars shot down around here? I don't think so. There was one at one point we had to go and collect the gold. But at this point, I think we're good. Okay, never mind then. Right, okay. So I'm going to pass a little bit more time. We're going to get a full squad of axemen, and then we're going to start on the berserkers. Now, it's going to take a little while for us to get that all set up, and it's going to be costly while we're doing it. But we've got a good base of money to be able to keep us afloat while that's all going on. So, see you soon. Oh no, we've dug too deep. Our industrious miners have awoken a terrible creature, an iron elemental. We must gather our forces to arms. Oh, that's fantastic. Though a lot of people are going to die. So that, I guess that isn't fantastic. But, you know. Let's get everyone up there. We've almost got all of our units at this point. Let's get everyone into position. There. Go forth. Attack. Oh, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot, isn't it? Yes. It's going to clobber you until there's very little left to clobber. Let's get closer. Okay, we're going to lose some of our spearmen to this, unfortunately. But such is life. That's right. Everyone get in there. Yep. All the death to the iron elementals. Miners are doing okay though. Getting back to work. Well done, miners. You awoke the terror, but you didn't get too worried about it. Yes, I will accept the loads of iron ore. Fantastic. And now everyone can go home. Ah, my lord. Right, so we've got all of the axemen, and we lost one spearman. So that means, realistically speaking, we're going to have... Oh, wait. Go over there. Grab that as well, thank you, and then you can go back. We're going to need to start training up our berserkers next. Now, we have got a little bit of iron starting to accrue. I imagine that means that the last of the spearmen is already on his way to his destination. Now, I could wait on that a little bit, because we need 4 iron to be able to build these, and I really would like to do that, but, you know, we are using up money right now, like quite a lot of it. In fact, if we have a look at our income, now you can dismiss this because as long as I'm not training something, we're not paying that, and as long as I'm not making anything, then, you know, generally speaking, we're not doing terribly badly. We're making a tiny bit of profit. But that is going to go away very quickly when we train 16 berserkers, each one requiring 160 gold. As you can imagine, that's going to be expensive, and it's going to put us into the negative, and there's not much we're going to be able to do about that. However, once we've got all of the berserkers, we can actually start selling our iron, which would be a good move in my opinion. Now, if we actually look at the research, one thing that I did take was customs, which allows us to sell more, which is actually helping us out quite a lot, in fact. Now, there's nothing else that really directly helps us here. I mean, we can increase the opinion of people. Next one I think we're going to go for is bureaucracy, honestly. I think that's going to be a more useful thing for us. But if we look down here, we can see that quite a lot of our trades have increased up to around the 40 mark, which is actually very nice. So things have started to increase quite nicely, and we're able to sell a fair old whack of our overflow of goods to these people. We've got quite a lot of furniture down there as well, which I'm fairly happy with. We could, if we wanted to, expand and build another district, which would in turn help us produce even more taxes. I'm not super fond on that idea, I'll be honest with you though. I mean, it would also allow us to generate more knowledge a little bit faster too, but I think we're good as is for now. Now we're starting to accrue that metal, which is what we need to see. I'm probably going to... Yeah, I think we're going to start recruiting the berserkers now. Sure, I'll accept that, Brett. Thank you very much. Now, where are we going to place these berserkers? I think we'll have one over here. Pump one there, and a second one somewhere over here. No, actually, not up there. We've got the axeman down there. Can I have a second berserker maybe somewhere down there? There we go. Plonk. Right, okay, so with that, we are going to start recruiting berserkers, and that is going to cost us an awful lot of money. The training cost alone is exorbitant with berserkers. They cost 1,600 to train, and 4 mead, and 2 axes, because they dual wield them. They are crazy powerful though, so that should be okay, but we're gonna have to see about that one. Now, Let's have a quick look. How can we trade coal away? We can't. If we could, I would actually have gone for that. If we could trade coal, I would totally have gone for that. That being said, we need 1 iron and 1... Oh, we can't trade iron anymore. Drat. It was actually going to be worth buying in the iron ore. Sure, okay. I'm going to start buying iron and coal. We'll buy the full 16 per month. And hopefully, at some point soon, we're going to be able to start trading iron away. Because if we can get to that point, it's going to be very, very lucrative. Iron is an incredibly valuable resource. Let's get rid of you. Sorry, you cannot be there any longer. We're also then going to plonk down 2 more smelters. There we go. There we are. Now that is going to help our industry as well as a bunch of other things as time goes on, but it's going to really hit us in the pocket for the time being while we're buying all of this material in, unfortunately. Now, if we can get up to the point where we can increase taxes, that, you know, we're not bringing in a small amount of taxes, but we do need a lot more money coming in than we've got right at the moment. Right, I'm going to let some time pass again until we've got more berserkers, and probably when you return... Ooh. Alright, you can have it. You scallywag. But when you come back, we will probably have increased our bureaucracy, so we'll be getting a little bit more money in taxes, and maybe even we will be actually making a profit by then. Who knows? Okay, there we go. Time to expand. Let us gather our forces and conquer a neighbouring city. They will become our vassal and will have to pay annual tribute to us, which is just as well because we are horribly, horribly in debt. Now, a large part of that debt comes from training and research and trade, but yeah, we need about twice as much as we currently produce in trade to get even close to covering our expenses. So it's time for us to head to the map. Now, let's have a quick glance around here. We're generally on fairly good terms with pretty much everyone. They need iron. Good. They need iron. Good. We will continue to trade with you then. They sell, they buy a lot of things from us. They buy an awful... Most people buy things from us, actually. Let's see. You only buy a bit of leather and some feathers. So you're not a powerful trade partner. You will buy iron. You are a very big trade partner, so I don't want to mess with you, but you're so close, it would be so much easier to go for you. No, I think at the end of the day, it has to be you that we attack, ultimately. Because you want to buy me, yeah. Okay, so... we can request goods, we can send a gift, we can improve relations, take a loan. I could request goods, which is an interesting one. Now, they have a total power of 29. Our power is 30. We're not actually that much stronger. They've got 36, yeah, 36, 32, 31, and 37. So, as you can see, to attack, you're generally going to need quite a powerful attack force. Now, we have got a couple of high-level units here, which is very, very good. I'm going to send both of our Berserker squads out. Sure, we'll send the Warlords of Might as well. That should be enough there to be able to deal with anything they've got. We'll get an opinion penalty of -200, and it'll take 7 months to get there. We are going to struggle for that much time to keep afloat economically. But there we go. Our warriors should be on their way. I'm not sure if they actually leave the map normally. No, it just shows us that. We have already mined out all of the iron over there, and we're probably not far off mining the rest of the coal either. Now, I really do need to encourage the trade route for iron, because that's going to be a cash crop for us, ideally. They need iron. Who else is it? You're already buying a fair bit of things for us, so I'm quite happy to send a gift of... sure, we'll send some worst. Actually, no, we'll send some iron, because you actually need that, so sure. Send some iron to you. There we go. And we'll send some iron to you as well. In hopes. Ooh, actually, given that you will get an opinion bonus from furniture, yeah, let's send that instead. There we go. That should work out quite well. And there's our group heading off for their grand adventure. Okay, so our gifts should be on their way. Fantastic. It's good that there's still some decent people left in our realm. Thank you for the gift of 8 loads of iron, ruler. It's good that there are some decent people still left in our realm. Accept our lavish gift of cider. Thank you very much, actually. I will accept that lavish gift of cider. I would much prefer a lavish gift of a trade route for iron, though. I'll be perfectly honest. We've started a new project and need some stone. Oh, sure, you can have that. No worries. Now, this one, yeah, that's going to be bloody hard. They want an awful lot of mead, and I just don't. I have no mead. No mead. I know. I accepted it, and I thought, yeah, it'll be easy enough to get because once we're not training berserkers, we'll just start stockpiling mead. Well, not really. We're not stockpiling it nearly as fast as I had hoped. We are drinking far too much mead. It is very, very sad. Sad times are these. Where's the cider being stored at the moment? It's not down there. It might actually be being stored. No, actually, it's not being stored over there either. Strange. Alright, we've got new research available, but is it research that I particularly want? I don't think so, unfortunately. Let's go and check on the world map. How far are you? You're not. You'll be there in 4 months' time. We can survive 4 months. We can make it through 4 months, I'm fairly certain. Now, as I said, you can fight. I think I mentioned this in one of the earlier ones, is there is diplomacy beyond just trading, and that diplomacy is conflict. They can send armies to you as well. Anything you can do for them, they can do to you. So there are certain research options that make you better at dealing with invaders. I forget which one it is, but it's, let's see, raiding, increase the amount. Oh, actually, that might not be a bad one for us to get. Loot you get from attacks by 10% also increases the chance of successful attacks. Ooh. If we can get that in time, I wouldn't mind learning that, ready for the attack. That'd probably be wise, honestly. We'd get a huge, whacking great heap of loot. Yeah, that's unfortunate. They're not going to be happy with us. Oh no. Oh no. Yes, they're going to be fairly unhappy. That's a shame. Yeah, that's not gonna happen, and they're gonna be very unhappy. Well, tough, basically. Hopefully you continue trading with us, but if not, well, what do you expect? You asked for 32 things of mead. Come on now, don't be daft. Let's see, someone's increased their trade limit. That's very nice to see. We can sell more of our unwanted items. Yeah. How dare you let us down? Even worse than we thought. Well, that's unlikely, frankly. Right. They're very unhappy. We could easily prop that back up, though. Ooh, some eggs. Thank you. That's lovely of you. Let's see where they went. They went over there. That's fine. Slowly spreading things around. We're just waiting on our troops. Before you can send them on mission, 4 full squads should be enough to win the battle. We have sent much more than that, and it should be fine now. They should be practically on top of them. Less than a month. Now, we can send a gift to try and improve our relations, shall we? I think we could. Easily. Yeah, we'll send that. There you go. We don't need those feathers. We really don't. We get so much of them. That's all the turkeys. There we go! We've won the battle of King... What? I'm sure that word means something that I'm just not aware of. My knowledge of English is sufficiently limited that I don't know what legitimate word that is. But yeah, we won that battle. Oh my lord, that literally stopped me in my tracks. They had an advantage, but we managed to snatch the victory. Each survivor received 173 XP. We also got 6,933 gold, 16 loads of worst, and 500 fame. We lost 2 berserkers, 4 archers, 3 spearmen, 1 axeman. They lost 9 axemen, 7 spearmen, and 7 cavalry. Wow. My lady, the spoils of war have arrived. 16 loads of worst. Shall I order the goods to be taken to stockpiles? Yes. There we go. We win, and we win with a positive income as well. We could, at this point, like, dismiss some of our warriors if we'd wanted to, just so that we could build up some more money, because it did take a lot out of our economy to run that. But then, you know, wars always were expensive. But that is going to be the end of that mission. Now, as you can see, I've actually played through a couple of other missions on one of my more recent streams. We actually played through the Goblin Stronghold. It seems that there's like easy paths and more combative paths. Well, I say easy. It's more that this one is probably more focused on economy, whereas these ones are more focused on the military aspect of the game. And I imagine that that's true over there as well. But I do hope you've enjoyed this episode. I think I'm going to leave it there now that we've gone through the tutorial missions, but I will more than likely be streaming this again in the future. It's actually a really, really fun game to stream, because there's periods of chill out time where I can just interact with the chat more, with more focus, whilst I allow time to pass and resources to build in-game. But that is going to be it. So do let me know what you thought about this series and games like this in the comments down below, and I'll use that information to decide what to play in the future. But as ever, remember to leave a like if you liked, sub if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.